My heart is beating again. What is happening to me? Help, help. What is happening to me? It starts again. And then you fight this situation where you have suppressed the greater fear and you feel like you are back at zero. Or at least to such a situation where the greater fear, greater panic attack has suppressed or rejected for yourself. But you haven't actually rejected it because it will happen again. Until the next time. Cheers. Many people have asked me why this anxiety starts and how to get out of this dead circle, how to get out of this box. And then I thought that I would just draw here on the mirror design-wise. What is it that we are in when we have this anxiety disorder, overthinking, an anxiety attack, a panic attack, a panic disorder? So usually we are like here in this box. And you, me, whoever is this dot in here. And it's like the everyday life in which we live and exist. And when there's some kind of stressful period or tension or worry or generally difficult time, wrestling with anxiety, panic attacks, what happens then? For example, you go to bed at night and before I go to sleep, I feel relatively normal. But then I go to sleep, the anxiety seems to grow. You see, it starts again. Then such a pre-panic state occurs, but I don't want to experience this panic. And now I fight and suppress it. And then I get to such a suppressed state where the stronger panic attack or a stronger anxiety attack has rejected for myself. And then at some point at night, I already feel it starts again, it's starting again. Again, my heart is beating. Again, what's happening to me? Help, help. What's happening to me? Again, it starts. And then you fight this situation where you have suppressed the greater fear and you feel like you are back at zero again. Or at least to such a situation where the greater fear, greater panic attack has suppressed or rejected for yourself. But you haven't actually rejected it because it will happen again until the next time. And the momentum comes again. What's wrong with me again? Why my heart is beating? Why my head is spinning? Help, I'm passing out. And then you fight the situation again and you suppress it. And that's how you are in that again. It starts again. I've experienced this before. Help, how horrible it is. And so I fight this situation so that I don't experience it. And if at some point, for example, you've used antidepressants or even gone to a little bit of therapy or played sport, but you haven't solved it for yourself. You haven't been a counselor. You haven't got to the core of the problem, what actually causes it all. And then at some point you get to a place where you say, oh, I'm pretty good, that I haven't had it anymore. It was once a long time ago. It was years ago. It happened when I went on vacation. Then it happened for the first time. Now I haven't had it a couple of years. Or rather like that, I had it a few years ago. And now suddenly it popped out again. This means that as long as you haven't found a way out of here, your way out of this experience, you haven't found a way out of from the dead box, from the dead circle. You haven't found a way out, you haven't overcome it for yourself. That greater anxiety attack, that greater panic attack, you haven't crossed it for yourself, this particular period here. So it means that it's still unsolved and it will come back. And it will come back, for example, in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years' time, maybe even in 5 years. Completely suddenly, randomly, after some kind of long period of overwork, breakup, some big conflict, natural disaster, some kind of fright, intimidation, becoming unemployed, whatever can happen in your life. And you are back in the same situation. And it all starts all over again. What's happening to me? What's wrong with me? It starts again. Oh my God, all my walls are springing again. Why is it happening to me? Am I dying? Help, I'm dying. And it repeats and repeats and repeats. And for some people, it can actually repeat for 20 years, just like the waves. And then they say that life is like the waves, that the whole world oscillates. Each one has its own wavelength, its own wave frequency. And then you think, well, it can't get any deeper from here. It can't get any worse because I've already been it in once. I've been there. I've been through it. I survived it, right? And now it comes back. It can't get any worse. Yes, it can. The next time these symptoms will get worse because, for example, for the first time you panicked and for the first time you experienced just a very big anxiety attack or a really big panic attack. Then later you start doing everything to never have that first experience when you experienced the panic attack. Never to experience it again. And you start to fight with it, suppress that first real experience that happened to you. That ever happened to me, that I experienced so much anxiety. I experienced so big feeling of unreality. I experienced such a big panic attack that I don't want to experience it anymore. And then the rest of the years, you start doing everything to avoid that first experience when you fell into this box, to never experience that experience again. And that means that as long as you fight it, you can't get out of here. There is a way out. I'm living example. I overcome it in 2.5 months, fighting, wrestling, raging in that box for 2.5 months, and I came out of it in a flash. And during these 7 years, I haven't experienced no anxiety disorder, no anxiety attack or panic attack. Complete silence and peace. Completely overcome it for myself. So the possibility exists. I will put the link in below for inner dialogue. How can you solve the things in yourself which generally cause you this stress and anxiety? And if you need more help to get out of it, then another link, book appointment, and we will talk. So there is a way out. You just have to give yourself a chance.